Hey everyone, welcome back to the garage. Today I thought we'd talk about one of the most important pieces of safety equipment that you need when you're going to start welding, and that is your welding helmet or hood, whatever you want to call it. I probably will use both during this video. How much money do you really need to spend on one is the question, because you can spend anywhere from $30 for a fixed shade cheapo helmet, and you can go up to several hundred to thousands of dollars on welding helmets from certain brands. What I want to do today is kind of look at these two that are very close in price usually. And I say usually because the YesWelder's regular price is $92.99, but I've never seen it actually for sale for that much. It's usually on sale or there's some kind of discount code that brings that way down. And currently, this Chicago Electric one is $54.99 at Harbor Freight. This is the one that had the blue graphics on it. I took all those off when I first got it. This one is currently on sale on Amazon for $64.99. There's only a $10 difference between these two welding helmets right now. And I just kind of want to show you the difference if you get away from Harbor Freight and some of the other tool houses, what you can actually get and get the most out of your dollar. So first thing you're going to notice is that this welding hood has a very small viewing window. And that makes it very difficult to see sometimes depending on what you're doing. Or you may need to get real close in or adjust this hood so you can see what you're trying to do. On this YesWelder, you've got a huge viewing area, and this is actually 14.5 inches almost of viewing area on this one. So when this is up against your face, there's very little that's actually blocked out that you can't see through. The next thing you're gonna notice is this only has one adjustment on the outside of it, and that's just for your shade darkness. Everything else, your delay and your sensitivity, are going to be inside here on the lens itself, so you need to remove the helmet in order to adjust those. And on the YesWelder, you've got all those same adjustments on the outside here, as well as a grind, cut, and weld switch to switch between those modes. The adjustments themselves being on the outside aren't a big deal because you're not going to really know where you're at on those adjustments if you don't take the hood off to look at it. So either way, to adjust those things, you're probably going to have to take the hoods off. But having this switch is very nice if you're doing some project and keep your welding hood on your head. You don't have to take it off every time to switch between those modes. It's all right here on the side, pretty easy to find while you're wearing it, and it's just really convenient to have. Now another thing you're going to see is on the back here, this is the headgear, and I did take some close-up videos of these that I will put into this. But this is the headgear on the Harbor Freight one. It is pretty basic and honestly can be kind of hard to adjust and not very comfortable. If you look over at this YesWelder one, you've got a big pad in the back here, and you've got all kinds of, there's an extra strap even that goes over the top of your head. You've got padding up in the front, and it's overall just nice quality and super adjustable. You can adjust the distance from the front of the helmet and all kinds of things with this helmet. So with that being said, I would definitely spend the $10, at least at this point. Normally this is $92, right now it's $64. That's $10 more than this Harbor Freight one. Not saying you couldn't find a coupon for this one or it won't go on sale, but even then there's probably only gonna be a $20 difference or so. And the features that something like this gives you are gonna make your welding experience a lot more enjoyable, less stressful, and just overall improve the quality of your welding experience, especially if you're learning. It's one less thing you have to mess with and worry about. If you can get a helmet like this, get it all set up, and have something you can see very well out of. Now, Harbor Freight does have some other options. This is obviously at the cheaper end. They have the titanium, and I've got some notes here I'm going to be looking at, so if you see me looking down, that's why. But the titanium hood is $109.99 regular price, and it's only got 9.3 inches of viewing area. All the adjustments are inside, and it still has very similar headgear to this Chicago Electric helmet. So you're not really getting a big benefit over this other than the larger viewing area. The Vulcan Arc Safe is the next step up, and it has 10.1 inches of viewing area. It does come with headgear that is comparable to this YesWelder at that point, but it is also $149 regular price. So well over double what this costs if you can find it on sale. You see the 7140 and Lincoln helmets recommended quite a bit online, and that's because people have this idea that it's got Lincoln on it, it's made in the US. The 7140 at least is not made in the US. It is made in China just like these helmets are. So you see people, oh, I won't trust my eyes to anything made in China and all this other kind of stuff. and it's made in China still. You're paying for the name on it, and that's really about it. Now that can be worth something, don't get me wrong, if you know they offer a warranty on it and that kind of thing, but it's still made in China, so a lot of the arguments you see online don't hold any weight. That helmet is also $130, which is double this if you can find it on sale, which you normally can, and has a smaller viewing area. So keep that in mind when you're looking for welding helmets. I'm not sponsored or paid by YesWelder to say anything in my videos. I bought this because I wanted something nicer than this Chicago Electric helmet, and it fit my price point for me working in the garage and gave me a lot of features I wanted, and it's been a great welding helmet. Being able to see as clear as this lens is and in as large of an area as this lens has been fantastic and really improved my welding because I can just see better. And seeing is what you need to be able to do when you're welding. Just something to keep in mind. There's a lot of helmets out there, a lot of hoods out there, so look around, find one you like. They offer this one in all kinds of different patterns. I opted to get this pattern instead of plain black, but they do have some pretty wild patterns if that's your thing. And they do change in price a little bit. For example, the plain black version of this is actually $2 or $3 less than this example we've got here. But I just like that it had something that wasn't over the top. So I hope this video helped you out. I'll put links to the YesWelder helmet and the link in the description below, and you guys can take a look at them for yourselves. But really shop these around when you are looking for a helmet and get something that's got the features you want, because odds are you're not gonna have to pay much more than something like this one at Harbor Freight, and it'll really go a long way to improving your welding experience. Tune into the live stream Sunday nights at 6:30 Central Time, and if you guys like videos like this, please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.